So here it is, welcome again. As I was saying in the previous video that every country is a business, but you are not told so. Every country is run by you can call it a mafia if you want, or an oligarchy system, whatever. And those people have got strong levers on the military, on the police, and on the intelligence. And it is important for them to do so, and it is right for them to do so. It's just that you are not told. All right. What you are told is that you must vote, and the one that you vote for is going to be the president who has got all the power. That is the appearance, but that's not the reality. The reality is that the real power is the kingmakers are not the ones that the kingmakers, you do not know about them. They don't even talk to you. They don't even tell you that this is the next president. The kingmakers know who's going to be the next leader. Everything plays out according to their plan. When they want that one to be the leader, that one will be the leader. You will vote for that person thinking that is you, but they manipulating the media, everything. The business involves a whole lot of things, a whole lot of dealings to make a certain outcome, to create a certain outcome. So we're talking about the real masters of the universe, the masters of any country. They have got these kind of masters, and other countries are bigger than other countries, and other countries have mastered other countries, like the United States, which is a superpower, meaning that the people that run America run other people that run other countries. Do you understand? But that system is at the background. That is not the system that you see on the foreground. Okay, so those, we can call them the kings or the kingmakers, whatever. The president isn't really the king. The president isn't really the most powerful. It appears to the people, so that the people may think that, oh, there is democracy. Oh, we actually vote, and then our vote matters. No, your vote doesn't matter. Even the guy that you like, you were made to like that guy. Without the oligarchs making you to like that guy, you're not gonna know him. That guy is on TV because they want him to be. He's on the newspapers, they talk about him everywhere. They push him on social media everywhere. It's because the oligarchs want you to know him. It's because they want you to like him. When you vote for them, you have already been socially conditioned to actually vote for a certain cause, a certain somebody who believes in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, according to the wishes and desires of the oligarchs, the owners of the country. But the owners of the country, even if you know them as normal business people. You castigate them, you write bad things about them. They don't really care. They actually like to be hidden. They actually like to be thought of as if they are nothing. You see that in other countries are run by nation citizens of that country. Others are actually run by foreigners. Other countries are run, the people that own the countries, these oligarchs, are not even people of that country. Sometimes it's a mix of the billionaires of that country and billionaires from another countries that maybe are former colonizers, or what have you. But they really have got a strong influence on the politics of the nation. The word that I will use is strong influence, but the real word is that they actually control. But you will be told that no, they've got strong influence. No, it's not strong influence, it's control. Because they make things happen. They can take you to the top and they can take you to the bottom. And it is what it is. I'm not saying this thing to say that it is a wrong system. No, it's not the wrong system. It's a right system of managing society. Because people, society is based on anarchism. This method or this system actually tries to bring order in a world that is full of anarchy. Okay, to bring rest, to make people to rest and not be violent and what have you. You need to give them what you call democracy. Give them the freedom to vote, the freedom to choose their leader. Yet we know already that even whatever leader that they're going to choose, it's somebody that we want them to choose. Is the person that we prepared for them to like. Is a person that we put across all of our television channels, upon everywhere, and promote it until they look like a hero, and everybody, it seems like we're following this guy. But it is us who actually gave you the guy, us the oligarchs. Do you understand? I'm talking as if from the position of an oligarch, being the one who actually, I'm not saying that's what I do, I'm just telling you, giving an example. So now, one of the first oligarchs that you know in Zimbabwe is Cecil John Rhodes. Before him, it was the King Lopengol, who was the king of the Ndebeles and the Zimbabwean, the whole state of Mpagazo. His King Mzilikazi, then King Lopengol was defeated. You will see that King, what you call him, Cecil John Rhodes, was a businessman, and his politics was based on sustaining his business, his personal private business. So one aspect about this oligarchs that the way that they run business and society is to first and foremost to empower their personal business empires. So countries are run as personal business empires. To understand, so it's throughout history, these companies or organizations, they fall, and people begin to seek what we call independence. When people say they want to be independent or they want freedom, the revolutions, countless revolutions of the proletariat, whatever, of the masses, it will be when the workers of these companies are actually revolting and deciding to start their own country, and then they call that country a democracy. We're going to choose our own leaders. But unfortunately, that democracy also moves back into the status quo. Just like in Zimbabwe, we went to war saying that we're starting a democracy, we're dismantling the British rule. Now the black Zimbabweans are together. Therefore, those that are ruling, the ruling class of the black Zimbabweans, the ruling class, the few who become millionaires, who get hold of the assets of the country, begin also that system of oligarchy, that system as well, and they become modern day oppressors. But they actually do not have to be modern day oppressors, because when they become oppressors, their system becomes unsustainable and it crashes and it crumbles to the ground. So here's what I'm saying, that I've got an advice to say that, okay, study this and say that, oh, okay, now, how do you fix the problem of Zimbabwe? If you're an oligarch in Zimbabwe, you control the military, you control the police, you control the intelligence, or you are part of that whole group that controls all of these things. You say to yourself, okay, now, obviously the number one duty is to maximize my shareholding, or my stake, or my financial standing. The thing that you go on about is this thing: you do not eat seeds for planting. There are some things that are seeds for eating and seeds for planting. When you become a totalitarian government, because you decide, it's a decision to become a totalitarian government. It's not really something that is forced. You decide that Torah zvese. Okay, we take everything. If there's gold that is found there, it's ours. If there's gold mine, they pan, then they find diamonds somewhere, rich vein of diamonds, throw them away, we take. If someone started telecom companies like Strive Massive, looks like successful, we take. That is totalitarian government, and that system of self-enrichment is unsustainable. It might look like it's working in the short term, but in the long term, it kills the goose that lays the golden eggs. Because the goose that lays the golden eggs is the people. So you actually want to groom the people. You want them to succeed. You want them to make more for you, so that you can take some for yourself, and let them have some, so that they can grow some more and bring some more to you. But if you go to the field and go to the ground, when someone planted a maize seed, you go to the ground and open the ground and take that little one seed, you are losing the harvest that's going to come in the future. So that's what you do when you've got people in Zimbabwe. and they find gold, let them take it. Let them make money, the Zimbabweans. Okay. If they start a business, let them succeed. Don't turn out other things. So that they invest more and more and more, and you can actually invest in their businesses so that their growth becomes your growth as well. You see, that is the advice that the oligarchs in Zimbabwe need to understand, so that their business model can be sustainable, because Zimbabwe is a business, just like Rhodesia was a business owned by Cecil John Rhodes. It's just that these days the modern day owners of Zimbabwe are these so-called ZANU-PF big chefs, and they really do need an advisor like me. That's why I was telling you that God is sending me to Harare. There's a lot of advice that I need to give to them. You need to rethink strategy. You need to rethink of how do we move forward with our business, which is the country. How do we manage the politics of democracy in such a way that we do not, it doesn't make too much noise and invites foreigners, invites outside other oligarchs from other countries who actually want to take the resources of Zimbabwe. And they're not wrong for taking anything. Nobody really owns anything anywhere. You only own what you can defend. If you cannot defend it, it's not yours. That is a basic principle of life. It's not a law that is written somewhere. It's a law that is just natural. It's a natural law that you can claim something, that something is yours. Anyone can claim anything. But as long as you can not defend it, well, a claim is just a claim. But if you can defend it, it is really yours. So nation states, that's why nation states have got armies, because armies are able to defend the sovereignty. Sovereignty, therefore, begins to mean the ability to defend that which you claim to be yours. You cannot, it's easy to say Zimbabwe is yours. Anybody can say Zimbabwe is theirs. Even the Philippines, people can come and say, Philippines and Zimbabwe is ours. They can say that as long as they can come and take it and defend their position, so be it. So when you say you're sovereign because you've got the ability to defend yourself. And if you cannot defend yourself and you're not respected, you actually are not sovereign. So having said that, you protect your sovereignty by how you behave yourself in front of other sovereigns. Okay, how they view you. To understand. So these are the issues that the Zimbabwean oligarchs really need to be looking into, because otherwise other governance systems around Zimbabwe are also looking and wanting to take over. And if they can take over using whatever means they use, and they succeed, and they lay claims, and they succeed, they have succeeded, and their claims are right and justified. Justified by what? Justified by the ability to defend it. What's his name? The guy who took over Cape Town. This poor. What's his name? This guy who took over Cape Town from Europe. They asked him that this Cape region belongs to the natives of Africa. He said, no, it's mine. I took it by conquest, and I intend to keep it by conquest, because he conquered the land, and nobody can say it's his. See, the black people would say it's our land, but if you say the land is yours, but you don't have the military strength to take your land, well, it's your land only in your head, but not in reality. In reality, the one that you are saying is a thief will be staying in your land. Therefore, who's the rightful owner? The rightful owner is the one who can defend. That is why nation states are created, so that there is a rule of law within the sovereignty to protect property rights of the people within the sovereign, and helps the world is so much developed now that you can own land in another country. Long back, I think it was probably impossible, because the state will be military. It's so much of a military state that they are afraid of foreigners coming in to take over. So now, because of the development of global relations and all of that, this development in the world, as a state, you must move along with the world. Oh my God. We must stop this video now, it's too long. But we're going to talk some more on how to keep your state afloat in this developed world.